Hello, I made some videos a while ago about this brushless camera gimbal running the STorM32 controller firmware, and I had intended to make another follow-up video after that showing the usage of this in some other situations, for example in the car, and just some more video from underneath the quadcopter and stuff like that. And I recorded quite a lot of video for it, but I didn't upload it because it just seemed a little bit boring and it didn't really prove any point, and I just felt like it didn't offer anything new to the other videos that I'd done. But since I have so much footage, I thought I might as well upload it before I delete it. And if you find it boring, you can go and do something else, I guess. The only thing that I really have to offer in the way of tips is that you should probably put some Loctite in these 4 screws here, these ones on the outermost parts of the gimbal frame, because I found after a while they started to come undone, and I didn't notice it for a while, and a lot of my footage ended up being quite rattly and shaky, and I was getting a little bit annoyed and couldn't figure out why. But eventually I noticed that these pieces were actually just like about to fall off. After tightening them up, of course, the result was quite a bit better, but I still found that I couldn't really get a super smooth result unless there was no wind, like this. Even here though, you can still occasionally see some small vibrations, like in the top left in the spindly tree branches. Here's an example of where I'm throwing it around a bit more, hitting the sticks from side to side quicker. I pretty quickly found that moving the gimbal from sticking out to the front of the quad, like I had it originally, and putting it in the middle, like almost directly under the center of the quad as much as I could, improved the stability and handling and everything a lot. Of course, it means that you can see the arms and the legs of the quad a little bit more when it's flying. I wanted to see how it would work mounted upside down as a kind of a dash cam, so this was a lazy way that I came up with to do that. And unfortunately, it seems that the vibrations of the car just was not quite the right kind of vibrations that the damping balls could damp, at least when it was upside down like this. It makes sense though, I suppose, because the damping balls were designed for a purpose. They're supposed to be suspending the gimbal from above, so to hold it from below you'd probably need stiffer damping balls, I guess. That's not really a shortcoming of the gimbal firmware or anything though, it's just purely a mechanical issue with the damping balls. Although I did catch it on one occasion, it seemed to lose the roll calibration or the roll level. As you can see here, it's gone off to one side a little bit. So the only way I managed to get any decent footage in the car was when I slowed down enough to the point where the road vibration was not an issue, like just here when I slow right down. Or when I was holding it in my hand, as in this case, but I don't think either of these cases really count because it's not mounted on the car in one case, and in the other case it's not even really moving very much. So it'd be interesting to see how you could make a nicer mount to solve this issue. I think mounting it directly to the car body without any damping balls at all might be something worth trying. well, that's all I had to show really. I did take quite a lot of footage, but most of it's kind of repetitive and all the same thing really. I'll finish up with this one though, because this is relatively interesting. At least something was going on. On this day they were bringing in the maize from the back section and putting it in these piles here. There's so much of it that they have to get it around with sort of a bulldozer thingy. Did you know that one cow needs over 600 kilograms of this stuff to get through the winter? Well, might not be a strict requirement, but that's what they are putting aside for the coming months. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.